Hi, sisters and friends and bookkeeping mamas. It's Trevonna Parker here, your bookkeeping mama and your bookkeeping advocate. I am on a mission to help us take the components of bookkeeping to help us to help our families toward success, generational success. I want to help us to protect our families, nix our mortgages, defeat our debt, tame our taxes, make more, and live free, all while still glorifying Christ. Today's Thursday, so I wanted to release a video about basic bookkeeping, and I wanted us to talk about the balance sheet. The balance sheet is one of the powerhouses when it comes to financial statements. And I'm not going to be very long because I know that some of this information is fairly new, so I give kind of brief bits and then we'll kind of dive in and circle back and circle around so many times just to make sure we have this information solidified in our heads for our businesses, for our businesses that we may provide services for, but also so that we can be advocates for our families and teach these things to our children. So let's go ahead and get into it. The balance sheet. The balance sheet is just like a little snapshot in time. It's like a little picture, lets you know exactly where things are at this very moment. The balance sheet is where we get that famous accounting equation, assets equal liability plus equity, or as I like to say, which helped me to remember this a lot easier, assets equals liability plus owner's equity. So we have our assets. Our assets are the things that we own or the uses of our funds. Those are the things that belong to the business. And those are the things that inside of assets, you're going to have your cash and your cash equivalents. You may have your accounts receivable. You have things like that, the things that you own, the uses of your funds. Liabilities are the things that you owe. Those are the things that you owe to outside entities. And you may have some short-term and some long-term liability. So short-term is anything that is due within less than 1 year. So those may be your accounts payables or your credit cards. Long-term are things that are due in a longer period than a year. So that may be any loans that you may have, or any loans to yourself, or or any loans to others. And then there is equity. Equity is a little monster in and of itself, but those are things that you owe to yourself. Those are things that you put into the business, like the contributions that you may have put into the business that you may have started. It may include if the business is large enough to have any stakeholders or shareholders. That's where you will find equity. Equity talks to you about your retained earnings and your total equity and your net income. All those things are found within the equity section of your balance sheet. And again, your balance sheet will give you all that information as a snapshot in time to let you know exactly where your business stands. The balance sheet is one of those financial reports that kind of grow with the business. So when you start it, if you did on day one, there's really nothing going on your balance sheet. And then some contributions come in, maybe from you or any other partners. And then over the years, you maybe take out some loans, and you may take out a credit card, and that gets placed on your balance sheet. There may be times when you take the distributions from the company. Distributions are things that personal payments that you give to yourself, or when you, as we mentioned in another video, if you use your business account to make a personal payment or a personal purchase, that goes onto your balance sheet as a distribution. So the balance sheet, again, is just a nice little powerhouse of a tool that lets you know exactly where your business stands at this moment in time. If you have a rolling balance sheet, you'll see that it'll show you what happened in January and February and March. You can break it down by months, you can break it down by weeks. It's all up to you, but that's the balance sheet in a nutshell, and I hope that helps you all as you are on your journey to maybe either become a bookkeeper, or if you're on your journey to understanding your own books a little bit better. Whatever you use whatever you deem useful in these videos, and whichever way you want to use the information, it's all up to you. But hopefully you're sharing the information with your children so that you can help them to avoid generational paycheck to paycheck living, or worse, generational poverty. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys have a great day. Remember to keep your money safe and to keep your soul safe. You guys have a great day. Bye now.